great night here in Albuquerque. Some very, very good finishes and main event, for the championship. Donald Sanchez got dropped a couple times, 3 times, I believe, during the whole fight. Got up and finished the fight very strong. Wanted to win that fight, just didn't have enough. But great fight by him. Gabe just keeps on walking through guys and showing that he's going to be really quite tough to beat. A couple great knockouts tonight. We're going to give a knockout of the night to newcomer Bobby Henry, who get knocked out of the night. We're also going to give a knockout bonus to Skylar Mauler, who had a sensational knockout as well. And we're going to give performance of the night to Marat Tillamook. So I didn't see any fights tonight. There was good fights, but not great fights that were fighted tonight. So I figured I'd just give performance of the night, a couple knockout bonuses, and call it a night. Love being here in Albuquerque, and can't wait to come back. We're coming back pretty soon. We're going to do some good things here in Albuquerque. Any questions?
Dave, is it possible to talk a little bit about Dave Mundell and what you could possibly have in mind? What's next for him, as you said, just rolling through the division?
Yeah, I mean, he's hard to beat. I mean, he's a guy, he can crack, he's a little awkward, he's a southpaw. He throws punches from all different angles. He's I think he's 9-1 now, or 10-1 now. He's just, obviously, he beats 10 guys. He got beat once. He's very tough to beat. And his loss was to a legend, Hector Lombard. So, he's a tough guy to beat. I mean, there's some pretty decent fights out there for him. I've got some good things going through my head right now.
Were you pleased with the crowd? Did you have an attendance figure yet? Were you pleased with the crowd? And do you have an attendance figure yet?
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent crowd tonight. Honestly, our teams fought a little bit. We were focusing on some big things that we're working on overseas, and put a little bit more focus on that. And didn't market this as much as we wanted to. It was a decent crowd here tonight. We had about 3,300 people here in attendance. So for what we did, I'm happy.
Dave, great show. New Mexico is developing a list of qualifying bare-knuckle fighters. Is Albuquerque ever going to be in talks for a possible local meeting with 2 champions still being on the roster?
It could be. I was actually talking to Ed tonight. I got a really good idea for a super fight here in Albuquerque. I think the fans are going to like what I'm cooking up. I just have to make sure that both sides are going to take this. I think they are. I actually thought of it tonight, and I'm like, this is going to fill this whole arena up at the airport, at the other place that we're going to go to, but at the pit. But it's fight fans here. I mean, it wasn't the best crowd we've ever had here in Albuquerque, but it was probably the loudest crowd we've ever had here in Albuquerque. The fans are sensational here.
Well, you just mentioned the pit. Can you just kind of elaborate on that a little bit?
We're just talking, about doing a little bit of bigger events, and people are recommending different locations around there. We love the home here at Tingley. It's a great place for us. But, people want us to go other places as well, and we're going to entertain it if it has to be a bigger crowd.
Yeah, and then when you were speaking on the talent of the New Mexican fighters, just with so many of them, like you mentioned, 2 world champions, you had one tonight, go the distance with your pound champions. What is it about New Mexico fighters that you like so much that you continue to bring them back into organizations?
I mean, you know what, man? I'm driving through Albuquerque earlier today, getting some meat, and it's a rough place. I mean, they're rough. They grow up rough. They have to fight, to survive. They have to fight for what they want. But I think that's what really brings out the best in these guys and makes them really good talent here, because they're not handing anything to silver spoon. What they get, what they earn, they are earning it.
All right, David Feldman, thank you for taking the time with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now let's bring up, he talked about knockout tonight, David did. I want to bring up first Bobby Henry, 5th round KO. I mean, that's viral. It was insane. So come on up, Bobby Henry. We'll give it up to Bobby. Knockout tonight.
Way to pull that out my ass, huh?
All right, I got the first one for you, Bobby. I always like to ask this. You're going to get a knockout tonight bonus. What are you going to do with it?
Probably get a few strip clubs up.
Honesty. All right, here you go. Here's another one.
You've been around the sport. You've seen your brother doing it. It's a 5-year layoff. Now you got in there. How does all that encompass how your performance went?
We're not going to use the 5-year layoff. This is a 5-year layoff plus 2 weeks notice at a weight class I never fought at all in my professional career. I'm usually a 147 pounder or 50, but you know, I came through and I made it happen. You know, I just had to adjust.
Mr. Henry, in the 5th round, it was a vicious knockout. 2-part question. How did the knockout feel, and what was your brother telling you going in that 5th round?
He was telling me dig deep, him and Ryan Perez, my coach, they were telling me to dig deep. You know, knockout feel good. Everybody was knockout, you know. I just did it in a impressive fashion. I'll see it.
All right, Bobby Henry, knockout of the night, man. Can't wait to see what you're going to do next. Thank you for taking the time to stop up here with us and enjoy your bonus. Give it up for Bobby Henry, knockout of the night. Another knockout night bonus was given tonight. You heard David Feldman say Skylar Moeller, first round KO, I think it was like 43 seconds in. Spectacular knockouts here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Let's bring Skylar up to the microphone and get some questions for Skylar. All right, Skylar, here's the first one.
Taking the fight right at him, get the big knockout victory. How did that feel?
Felt great. Felt like this was definitely home. Felt like this was definitely home. It felt great. Excited to come back.
As we wait for another question, I have one for you. Same thing I asked to Bobby Henry. I always like to find out. You guys are getting money, right? Some cash. You're getting a bonus. What do you do with the bonus? What do you do with it?
Plan on paying everything ahead because I'm behind on bills. And honestly, Team Tucker, my coach and quarterman, the 10 minutes hands-on that we had back here is the most I've ever had in boxing training. And he led me to a quick, easy victory.
It was a spectacular knockout, another great knockout. Do we have any more questions for Skylar? I'll bring the microphone over to you. Knockout of the night. What a great one it was. Skylar, any closing remarks before we let you go?
I'm just happy to be a part of the community here and I can't wait to come back. I'm excited to fight as soon as possible.
Did you expect this? Bare knuckle, it's a wild sport. You went out, you performed exceptionally. Did you have that expectation walking in there?
Growing up as a kid, I was in a lot of fights. It just brought back good memories of old fisticuffs. So I mean, it felt natural, it felt amazing.
I think the fans really enjoyed you tonight. I can hear them. So we look forward to seeing what you're going to do next. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for knockout of the night winner, Skylar Moeller.
Thank you, sir.
All right, next up, I want to bring up, you heard David talk about this earlier, he got the performance of the night for the company event, Marat Kilatov, TKO, first round. Let's bring up Marat. Thank you for being here. Come on up and let's talk to the press. I'm sure they want a couple words with you.
Of course. It's 3-0 now. Came out a quick night of work. How is your game evolving each time that you step in that ring?
Ура, ты теперь 3-0. Каждый раз, когда ты заходишь в этот ринг, чему ты учишься?
Когда я захожу в ринг, в принципе, все мои соперники разные стили, разные видения боя. Мне нравится, что у меня не все так в одном плане. У кого-то есть агрессивность, у кого-то есть более спокойный. Всегда учусь, чему-то есть научиться.
Every time I step in that ring, I always learn something new, and I like the fact that all my opponents were very different styles, so I get to pick up different things from different opponents. It looked like you broke his nose with the first punch you landed. It looked that way to you? Выглядело, как будто ты его с первого раза сломал ему с первого удара. Ты заметил это?
Я заметил, что четко почувствовал, что что-то не то. Его орбитальность или все. Да, я заметил.
Yeah, he actually noticed that. He didn't know if it was his nose broke or it was orbital, but he saw something was wrong from the first one.
Leo Brashear is known as a brawler, a tough out. You get this done in one round. What kind of message do you feel like that sent to the rest of the division?
Рио Зарубака очень серьезный соперник, опытный соперник. Именно вот этот твой поединок, какое-то сообщение даешь остальным дивизиону.
Я хочу им передать, чтобы они не мешались под ногами, и я иду к этому чемпионскому поясу. Вот и все.
Don't be in my way. I'm coming for that belt. Just get out of the way because I'm going to run through everybody.
You're somebody that's in the gym a lot, and you're gaining experience here at BKFC. When do you really want to fight for the title? I mean, do you want a little bit more experience? You haven't been out of the first round yet.
Yeah, I'm ready, I'm ready. I can fight today, tonight, give me this fight. That's it.
All right, thank you, Murat. Congratulations. Big performance, my performance of the night.
Поздравляем тебя еще раз. Это performance of the night. Ты заслужил.
Give it up for Murat Kilmatov. Ladies and gentlemen, as he makes his way away from the microphone, we have another guy coming up. This guy had a great night too. He had a TKO second round. Wild Bill Albrecht. Will Albrecht. I like Wild Bill better. Give it up for him.
I like Wild Bill better.
He says you like Wild Bill better.
I love Wild Bill better.
So how did you get the nickname Wild?
Oh, I've been crazy my whole life.
All right, we got some questions for Wild Bill.
Wild Bill, and of course it had to be a wild brawl. Can you just talk us through some of that wild action?
He got me into a brawl. Working on trying not to rush in, but he was pretty elusive. I was trying to hit him, and he got me. I wanted to hit him so bad that's what gets me into this brawl. But I'm trying not to do that. I got to work on flicking my jab one set, up my punches instead of rushing in.
This fight that you went into, neither of you guys have ever gone to a decision, and you both threw caution to the wind. Did you expect a dogfight coming in here today?
I did. Kyle's a tough man. You know what I mean? He's always had some good tough fights. So I was looking forward to it. I really wanted to give him the one or two. Anyway.
Mr. Albright, you have a big support system here in Mexico. You've been coming off some spectacular performances, getting experience in the sport. What do you have goal-oriented towards the end of this year for the sport?
I'm not getting any younger, and I really just want to. I like to keep winning and see how far I can go where I end my career. I really BKFC treats their fighters with utmost respect, and it's an honor to fight for BKFC. I truly love what I do here. It's just a good time.
The knockdown looked more like a trip to me.
Yeah, I think he kind of cooled me down. That's what it felt like. He hit me in the eye pretty good at one point. I have to go back and watch the fight, but yeah, I was getting pulled down. I felt more than a knockdown.
Were you worried at all when that happened?
Yes, sir.
Were you worried at all when that happened?
Well, I just didn't want it to look like he knocked me out. You know what I mean? No one likes that. That's So.
Each fight has been a wild brawl. Do you feel like this fight had a different feeling, a different personality to it?
Yeah, again, man, when you fight with anger, it just brings a different, it made me want to brawl. I got to get out of that mode. So that's what I'm going to be practicing. Dave Lundell looked good tonight. He sat back on his punches. And, I got a long range, so I need to start using that range more instead of rushing in like that.
It's always good to see Wild Bill Albrecht. Wild Bill, thank you so much for stopping by. Your partner's going to make his way down. And next up, you just heard Wild Bill mention the redneck, the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world, still world champion, Dave Redneck Mandel. Let's bring him up. Dave, I noticed a lot of clapping for other people. You're obviously not from here. Donald Sanchez, a guy from here. Before we even start, I'm going to ask you, your read on the fight on Donald Sanchez. How do you feel coming out of this? Was it what you expected?
I think a lot of people are going to go on my website and want to show you.
Dave, great performance. What are going to be the talks with Mr. Feldman moving forward? Is it a demanding 25, like you said, the UFC guys, big celebrities, or maybe you can talk to something that you didn't have in mind?
I'm
I'm always looking to fight the best out there. And I just want to point out real quick that Mike Perry jumped on one of my quotes and just said he would gladly take the belt out of my hands, but I'm ready for when he is. And as far as what Feldman wants next, he'll let me know, and I'm ready to run it.
Can you talk a little bit about the fight, what your game plan was going in, and how much did the fight go according to what you were expecting?
Pretty much what you're seeing was my game plan. I would have liked to have pushed forward more at some of the situations. I really don't have an answer to why I didn't. I've knocked him down a few times, and I knew he was going to be durable. So I was prepared to go all 5 rounds. I'm my own worst critic, so there's things that I gotta go back and work on, but we'll get to it.
And you said that you knew he was going to be tough and that you were kind of expecting a possibility of 5 rounds for him. Did he surprise you in any way just how tough he was?
No, not as tough as I knew that was there. It was very weird, like off timing with his punches. Like I would see him coming, I think I could clear him, and then they'd be coming from different directions. So he did good at being tricky, that's for sure. Just not a traditional boxer.
Dave, as a fellow Floridian, congratulations. Being from Florida, you used to sea level. Did the high elevation here in Albuquerque have any effect on your performance?
I think I was okay. I did get in my head a little bit. It's weird when you're out here and you, I know anybody from Florida come out here run up a flight of stairs, right? Your muscles feel fine, but you just find yourself breathing heavy. You don't really know why. So I got to that point in the fight some of the times, and I kind of just like wanted to pull back and recover a little bit. But Feldman helped me out. We got out here really early, and I was completely prepared for that. But it was still new to me. I look forward to coming back and running again.
The win streak continues. It's 8 in a row, but the knockout streak came to an end. Is that a bittersweet?
It definitely sucks. I'm really upset with myself about that.
Noah Lee from Redneck Media. You're 10-1. You've had an 8-fight win streak. How does it feel to go on such a legendary run in the BKFC?
You know, it feels great. I'm right where I belong. You know, I've proved myself over and over again. My work ethic is second to none. And again, I'm ready to run it with anybody, anywhere, anytime.
On the first knockdown and the third, were you surprised that he got up? Those were solid shots.
I didn't. I'm not surprised at all. I like to say that it's as smooth as butter. When you hit somebody, you knock them out good, like you can feel it. And all those punches I knew would hurt him, but I think none of them I didn't finish the fight.
Is there any new ideas from Dave Wendell how the BKFC can promote you? The title reign, as we said, the legendariness. What are some ideas now that we've started to see this personality come out?
We'll have to, you guys will have to ask the team, man. The Redneck Media.
Well, we love the Redneck. Thank you for taking the time. Congratulations. He leaves gentlemen another win. He's got the title. He's still number one for the title. Dave Redneck Wendell, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Shit.